Hi, welcome again. Today I would like to talk to you about Rosneft annual report of 2024. Rosneft is the biggest Russian oil company. Company had 256.2 million tons of oil equivalent hydrocarbon production in 2021, similar as 255.9 million tons of oil equivalent in 2024. Company also have natural gas output of 64.7 billion cubic meter in 2021, 74.4 billion cubic meter in 2022, 92.7 billion cubic meter in 2023, and 87.5 billion cubic meter in 2024. Rosneft also have 13 big refineries and several mini refineries. Refining share in Russia is more than 35%. Sales of these petroleum products in Russia was 42.1 million tons in 2022, similar as 43.6 million tons in 2024. Rosneft also owns stakes in 3 refineries in Germany, 1 refinery in Belarus, and 1 in India. Company had 8.761 billion rubles in revenues in 2021, 9.163 billion rubles in 2023, and 10.139 billion rubles in 2024. Revenues increased because of depreciation of ruble to dollar, an increase in prices of petroleum products for domestic consumers, and because of state subsidies for petroleum products. From this data, we can conclude that Rosneft is somehow a solid company and that sanctions have no effect on everyday business. But with same hydrocarbons production in 2021 and 2024 and similar prices of Ural Brent oil, company made $19 million equivalent less in revenues. These revenues decreased by 15% in dollar equivalent. That is because of the price cap of $60 per barrel of Ural oil, and we can assume because of decrease in sales and export of oil and because of destruction of some produced and stored oil with Ukrainian drones. Also, we can see worsening situation of current liabilities for company. Current liabilities in 2021 stood at 42% of revenues, 52.7% in 2023, and 59% of revenues in 2024. And in the same time, current assets has also increased as the percentage of revenues from 40.3% in 2021 to 41.9% in 2023, and now 42.2% in 2024. We can assume that is because of SWIFT sanctions and worsening condition for collecting money from sales. That, and in the same time high interest rates on loans, resulted in reduced liquidity and formation of current liabilities. Rosneft makes a significant contribution to the revenue part of the national budget. 3.233 trillion rubles in 2021, 4 trillion rubles in 2023, and huge 6.1 trillion rubles in 2025. That is more than 10% of Russian consolidated state budget revenues. Rosneft shareholder structure is interesting not only because Russian state have 51.1% share, but also because BP, United Kingdom Oil Company, have 19.75% share. BP recorded a loss in 2022 of $24 billion because of exit from Rosneft. Adjusting items for the full year 2022 include a pre-tax charge of $24 billion relating to BP's decision to exit its 90.75% shareholding in Rosneft. A further $1.5 billion pre-tax charge relating to BP's decision to exit its other businesses with Rosneft in Russia is also included. BP's reported loss in 2022 of $1.357 million, and in 2023 BP reported profit of $15.89 million. That is the effect of losses in Russia. That resulted in overall loss for 2022 and no dividend for BP shareholders. I think this loss must be accounted for in war reparations after the war ends. This amount is approximately equal to 2 years of net profits of Rosneft business. The same scenario can be applied for refineries in Germany, or, if politicians will have some imagination, in Venezuela. Pursuant to the Russian government's resolution, Rosneft signed an agreement with a 100% government-owned company to sell all of Rosneft's interest and cease participation in all of its projects in Venezuela, including the joint ventures of Petromonagas, Petroperia, Baqueron, Petro Miranda, and Petro Victoria, as well as oilfield services companies, commercial and trading operations. Based on the agreement, all Rosneft assets and trading operations in Venezuela and or those with connection to Venezuela have been disposed of, terminated, or liquidated. Rosneft also reported some operational risks for business operation. These risks are extension of functional operation times between repairs for 9 key oil refineries, 2 of which, Ryazan refinery and Saratov refinery, have already been switched to extended functional operation time between repairs. Implementation of a dedicated program enabling group subsidies to establish professional rescue teams in charge of oil spill response. Risk related to rising prices for electric power. Risk of an increase in overdue receivables. Risk of worsening cash flows. Safety of critical facilities from conflicts, terrorism, and civil disturbances. Interesting. Risk of deterioration of tax regime. CEO Sechin told also to journalists in September of 2024 the following. Despite external pressure and challenges including production restrictions under the OPEC Plus agreement, outstripping a growth of tariffs of national monopolies, increasing tax burden and interest rates, the company continues to achieve strong financial results, thanks to the high level of operational efficiency. The ongoing growth of the tax burden has a negative impact on the oil industry, Sechin said. Its high level is confirmed by the calculations based on the data of Rosneft Federal Tax Services and Ministry of Finance. For 2019 till 2023, the tax burden in the oil industry amounted to 75%. By comparison, the burden in other industries for the same period is much lower. In the banking sector, 27%. In mining, 35%. In mining of diamonds and precious metals, 31%. And in the gas industry, 62%. At the same time, Sechin also laminated that high interest rate and limited liquidity available on the country's financial markets put pressure on the financial performance, which forces the company to switch to loans in alternative currencies. Recent media reports said Germany was closing in on the sale of Rosneft's assets seized in 2022 in the aftermath of Russian invasion of Ukraine. On September 15 that year, Berlin said it had put Rosneft Deutschland and RN Refining and Marketing, including Rosneft stakes in 3 refineries, under trust management of Germany's utility regulator. Effectively seized the assets. On Wednesday, Bloomberg reported that talks between Germany and potential buyers on the sales of the Rosneft assets have narrowed down to Qatar as the last remaining bidder. The German government will agree to the purchase, which means it's now up to Rosneft and the buyer to seal the deal. And that is all about Rosneft for today. Write in the comment what do you think about the Russian oil industry. Bye!